Hello everyone, I'm Ferdi Salvador. Join us in unlocking the tricks of the trade here on Trade Talks. Let's get down to business. Wines and spirits under the Pernod Ricard company are well known across the globe. Does this mean marketing these brands is a breeze? Let's find out. We'll be speaking with Tony Atayde. He's currently the marketing director for Pernod Ricard in Hong Kong, Macau, Philippines, and Indonesia. He's also the brand director for Champagne in the Pernod Ricard China market. Good morning, Tony.
Good morning, Ferdi. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for spending time out of your busy travel schedule to be with us here at the High Life. So we wanted to get you on board and ask you about what's going on in the champagne and spirits market. After the pandemic, alcohol spiked up in sales. Then it went down for a little bit, and then it started plateauing to different kind of variants.
Correct.
Based on what we've heard, the vodka market slowed down, tequila market started heating up, the wine market started to surge, but the high end market bracket, what was happening at that time, save for 2024 and 2025, Tony?
I mean, just based on what we've seen in several markets, not just the Philippines, is the fact that after the pandemic, as you said, 2022 and 2023 definitely saw a surge. You could consider it revenge
Drinking.
Revenge conviviality, so
Conviviality,
to speak.
and we should use that term instead.
And then we started, just like you said, it started to plateau. But what we have seen also is that people are drinking less, but they're drinking better. Drinking a more high-end product and drinking it to celebrate a little bit more important types of events in their lives. So yes, as you said, we have seen a surge in tequila. Tequila has now become the fastest growing category. Pretty much globally.
Yeah, the surge is within my system because I can tell you, I've reunited with tequila.
Yes.
We divorced for a little bit, but now we've reunited. What is going on? Is it just a trend? Is it flavors? What's going on?
I don't think it's a trend. I think it's more of the fact that they're going to the upper end of the market. What we saw even prior to the pandemic, especially in the Philippines, where brands at what we call the premium or standard level was what kind of brought tequila to a place where it was one of the stronger categories in the market. But now what we're seeing is the higher end of it.
Yes, like for example, under your portfolio, you've got Código.
That's correct.
You've got Código Rosa, which goes for about, I think retail in USD about $300.
In the neighborhood, yes.
Give or take, right?
Yes.
And people are purchasing these bottles.
Correct, yes.
Is it like a flex to have this bottle, or is it because it's really like, it's a sipping tequila? Why would I go to the more economically friendly neighbor?
Essentially, there's two different parts to the alcoholic beverage industry business. One is what we call the on-premise, where you buy your bottle or you buy your drink, you consume right away.
Right.
And then the other side is bar, restaurant, club, whatever it may be. But then there's also what we call the off-premise. So it's either I'm buying it at a supermarket, a convenience store,
off license,
off trade. So what we're seeing in the on trade, bars, restaurants, and the like, is the tequila market is surging at the top end. People want it is the flex, so to speak. People want to show that they're capable of buying bottles that are in the neighborhood of, as you said, if it's $300 retail.
That's just retail.
That's retail. It'll be in the neighborhood of over $1,000 on premise. So
if even,
correct,
you know what I mean? Because you've got markets such as Indonesia, wherein alcohol obviously is not the main how should I say, source of entertainment because of their religion. So there's higher tariffs in Indonesia, especially the resort island of Bali. We all know that there is. Well, I don't know what the taxes there are, but
they're large. Yes.
Yes. For example, if I'm to to buy a bottle of tequila at, let's say, $100, I have to pay $600 to $700 for that bottle
on the trade, yes,
on the
yes,
trade, but
yes.
then it's flying through the roof.
Correct.
So is this a global trend? It's not like only the Philippines.
It's definitely a global trend. But on the contrary, I mean, if you were to compare markets like the Philippines and Indonesia, although there may be a conception or a misconception, so to speak, that alcohol consumption is low, it's actually very high. It's one of our fastest growing markets, and it's also one of the biggest markets in Southeast Asia. Right. To give you an example, single malt whiskey in Indonesia is about 10 times the volume of what we do in the Philippines.
Oh, that's very interesting because
it's large, yes.
you know, we've always been a whiskey drinking country.
For sure.
What, is that because of what reasons?
Well, single malts is within the whiskey category in the Philippines, if we're to speak about the Philippine market, is the fastest growing outside of tequila. It's also extremely pricey versus a blended whiskey with the likes of what we have in our portfolio, like Chivas Regal, or an Irish whiskey like Jameson. Single malt whiskey is anywhere from 2 to 3 times the price of something like that.
What in your categories have cooled down?
What we have definitely seen globally in terms of categories that are slowing down is cognac. Cognac is globally driven by a Chinese consumer. Chinese love an extra aged or an extra old, like an XO cognac. And what we've seen due to economic problems in China, economic crunches in China, the global consumption has gone down. And a lot of it is also because
because of China's cooling down with their with their economic environment. Is that so? Because not a lot of people are not buying luxury items, and obviously spirits will be one of the first to be a secondary want or even tertiary want. I mean, Pernod Ricard is known for luxury, right?
Correct,
so did the luxury market in China stay as warm, or it's also cooled down? That's why you're getting this kind of sales trend.
It's definitely cooled down in the recent past. I'd say in the past 2 to 3 years, we did see a slowdown in not just cognac, but overall prestige level products within our portfolio. And that's not just for Pernod Ricard, that's pretty much for the entire industry.
1,000%. What about in the luxury spirits, wine, and champagne market? Has there been how should we say it? Has it contracted?
For sure, it has. It has.
Because, please educate me. During the pandemic, there was a fear that France will have an oversupply of champagne and some variants of wine. Did that actually happen?
It did. I mean, of course, because of the fact that during the pandemic, consumption was at an all-time low. But as soon as we've come out of it, the demand was extremely high.
So there's no bumper.
So the market had kind of caught up with itself a little bit. What we're seeing now is an oversupply in a lot of our categories because of the fact that consumption has gone down. So that's essentially where the market is going. Now, from a prestige level type of a product, the supply is still pretty, it's still steadily moving. I mean, because what we've seen is that because of economic strife or economic crunches across the globe, the categories that are moving for us and the parts of the market are the entry and, of course, the highest level. So it's a pretty unique time. I think one of the things that this entire industry is going through and seeing that the middle part of the industry is now becoming much looser. You're seeing people move towards the higher spectrum, and then people also downgrading into the lower spectrum. It's the first time we've actually seen it. Yes.
Even with your rich history, I mean, Pernod Ricard has been around for how many years?
As a company, we've celebrated our 50th year this year.
50th year, right? And you've had a very, very strong presence in the Philippines. And because of that strong presence, we're noticing now that companies such as yours actually is very aggressive in the market, putting yourself up, putting your names out there. I see a lot of market
activity
with in the F&B space. The others have not. Why is Pernod Ricard Ricard trying to, cash in on this?
Actually, so Pernod Ricard's been around for 50 years globally. A lot of our brands have been around for hundreds of years. Our whiskey brands have been around since the 1800s. Martell's been around since the 1700s. But in the Philippines, it's a bit of a different conversation. So up until 2019, we were what is called a rep market. So we were only selling our products to distributors. So we've only really been a full-fledged market since 2019, meaning a full sales staff, a full marketing staff, and really catering to the market the way...
A standalone office.
Correct, correct. So within those 6 years since 2019, we also had a global pandemic in between that.
Yes.
So essentially, our brands are relatively young in the Philippine market. So what we're trying to do in terms of the aggression to market, in terms of how we're spending on marketing our brands, is trying to catch up with the likes of our competitors that have been around for 20 to 30 years.
I have to say, you've pretty much caught up.
We're trying.
Or,
Yes.
safe to say you've even outpaced some categories.
Some categories, yes. Yes.
For example, champagne. Champagne's a difficult category to deal
It definitely is, yes.
because it's about prestige, just like obviously other brands. No, yours is Perrier Jouet.
That's right.
But I want to know where you're taking this ultra luxury brand and how you marketing it in the Philippines. But before that, we're gonna take a quick breather. Trade Talks. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Trade Talks. We continue our conversation with Tony Atayde, the marketing genius behind Pernod Ricard Wines and Spirits. So before the break, we're talking about where you're taking a brand like, a prestige brand like Perrier Jouet in the Philippine market. We have been obviously, we're used to other labels. Tell me what your plans are for Perrier Jouet.
Champagne is an interesting category in the Philippines. I mean, it's not been a huge business historically, but it's an important business just the same. Now, with our brand, we're literally just launching it over the next, I would say, 12 months. And with a category like alcoholic beverages, through our research, 60 to 70% of consumption and 60 to 70% of the reason why people choose an alcoholic beverage, regardless of whether it's our product or somebody else's, is word of mouth. So for a brand like Perrier Jouet that is globally renowned and is one of the best champagnes in the world.
It's my first kind of champagne.
Yes.
In my life. I will never forget it. It's Belle Epoque.
Yes, that's good to hear. Honestly, it's putting the glass or putting our product at the right time, in the right place, in the right hands. Making sure people see our product in the right places and with the right people. So that's how we're literally starting the brand. It has to be in the right place at the right time.
So what about spirits? What's the most aggressive category of spirits that you are rolling out for 2025, 2026?
Essentially, ever since we've started and for the foreseeable future, for a company like ours, whiskey is definitely the most important, especially because it's the lion's share of the market when it comes to both volume and value. So within the blended whiskey realm, our key brand is Chivas Regal. And Chivas Regal has been around for a long, long time, and it's definitely a key priority for us. I think the one brand that we have that's a secret weapon for us, which a lot of our competitors don't have, is a globally renowned brand like Jameson, which is an Irish whiskey. When I joined the company, it was about a 1,500 case brand, had only been really just kind of testing the market, and that was about 6 years ago. This year, we're going to push to become almost a 45,000 case brand.
That's a jump, Tony.
It's a bit of a jump, yes.
That's a major jump. Oh my God, impressive.
Yes.
What about in the cocktail culture category? You've got your vodkas, you've got your gins. We mentioned tequila earlier. What are the other spirits that you use for the cocktail culture here.
One thing that I've noticed since I've got back to Manila, I mean, coming from Hong Kong, which is one of the best scenes for cocktails in the world.
Right.
8 of the Asia's 50 best bars are coming from Hong Kong. The cocktail scene is amazing. It surprised me coming back to Manila that the cocktail scene is thriving. Cocktail bars are popping up left and right, and we have to catch up as an industry. From our portfolio, Código is definitely a big part of that.
Yes.
Tequila cocktails are on the rise. We use Martel, our cognac brand as well as other brands within our portfolio. I think the one thing that Pernod Ricard can definitely boast of is we have the most complete portfolio in the industry of all categories.
How are you edging out in the marketing sphere? How are you edging out your competitors so that you know that your brands are listed or your labels are listed?
A lot of it is relationships. I mean, in any industry and throughout my career, a lot of what we've been able to do is through relationships with people in the industry, in key outlets, in key retail chains. Our relationships are what drives us. And I think it's a core principle of our company, which is we are creators of conviviality. Conviviality, it comes from a French word, and its definition is really about bringing people together. So being able to bring people together, not just as a consumer or somebody that's going to drink our product, but also within our industry to build relationships and not just build a business or a business relationship. It's a personal relationship. It's also coming together and making money, making a business, growing a business together.
This kind of relationship is a very Asian feel.
For sure.
Have your European counterparts learned from the way Asians do marketing and relationship building from you in the Philippines?
I think it goes both ways. I wouldn't say that a relationship, rooted business partnership is exclusive to Asians. I think it's also something that is widely accepted in Europe. I think the one thing that we use as a guiding principle is what our CEO, Alex Ricard, of the Ricard family, gave us as a mandate. His mandate to every employee in the company is to continue to unlock the magic of human connection. And whether that be in a commercial relationship, whether that be through a relationship between us and a consumer, or it's us connecting today.
He probably learned that from Asia.
Yeah, I would like to think so. Yes.
What is your favorite campaign so far from Pernod Ricard?
Oh, wow. That's like trying to choose your favorite child. I would say the campaigns plus the activations that we do around Jameson are a lot of my favorites. I'm proud to be able to say that there was an activation that was done globally called Jameson's Distillery on Tour.
Okay.
And when it first started in only 2 cities. One was New York, and the second was in Lisbon in Portugal. The third city, through a lot of hard work and a lot of working with our counterparts in Ireland with the Jameson brand, the third city 3 years ago was Manila.
Okay. Do you think in the global market, the Philippines is important?
For sure. It's definitely recognized as a growing whiskey market,
right,
and an influential market into other markets as well.
Yes, because you need to balance global brand identity with local market relevance. How do you balance that? How do you localize your global branding?
It's usually being able to tell a story to a Filipino consumer that they can understand. We try not to deviate from the globalization or the global side of a lot of our brands, whether that be Chivas Regal, Jameson, or even Perrier Jouet as a champagne, because that's the draw. And the one thing that is beautiful about a Filipino consumer is it's the global aspect of a brand that is drawn to them. So we try and tell a story that is relevant to a Filipino consumer without compromising the story of a brand that is known worldwide.
You know, in the past, Tony, you've worked with the likes of PepsiCo and Nike and all that. There was always a sponsor strain. Like, because the whole year, the year coming forward, you've already allotted sponsorships with certain events, right? And you're pretty much tied in with that. Is that still happening now?
I would say yes and no. Definitely, there are partnerships that we cherish for different brands that work the best with them.
Yeah, because it seems like it's more on the micro level.
Correct.
Rather
Yes.
than the macro level. Does it work on the luxury market with you, Ben?
From a luxury standpoint, maybe not, to be honest, because I mean, I think the luxury consumer, what they're really looking for is authenticity. And the more you attach yourself to an event that is not really yours, you kind of lose touch with your consumer. So for me, a lot of it is just about authenticity. The one thing that is authentic to our brand, whether it be our champagne brand, our whiskey brand, or even our cognac brand,
Yeah.
is a partnership like we're going into this year with the Michelin Guide.
I was about
Yes,
to ask you
yes,
about
yes,
that because I just saw it on screen.
Yes, yes.
How ready is the Philippines with Michelin?
I think
Michelin.
I think we're very ready. I think we're extremely ready.
Do you have whispers on which restaurants you're going to be
I wish
given
I
a
did.
star?
I wish I did. I mean, we're finalizing everything with them and hopefully able to announce a partnership with them soon. But yeah, I think how ready is the Philippines? We've been ready. And I think it's time to showcase the talent of Filipinos. Yeah.
Do you think we're going to have at least a listing of 10? Not necessarily stars, but to be listed is already a prestigious thing.
I think it's tough to put a number on it, but I'm pretty sure if not this year, for the next few years or for the foreseeable future, yes, we will definitely
You know that
be put on the map.
after this interview, you're probably going to get the deluge of phone calls asking about Michelin.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Yes.
I have last 3 questions
Yes,
for you.
sure.
What is your worst investment, Tony?
My worst investment. Oh wow, that's a tough one. A lot of the times, there probably wouldn't be one specific one, but when you have an investment wherein the party or the organization that you're investing into is not as invested in you, and when it becomes more of an investment than a partnership, those are the investments that I'll regret. Yes.
What's your best investment so far?
I think the best investment that Pernod Ricard has globally is its people. The brands will always be the brands and they'll have their reputation, but the culture of conviviality that Pernod Ricard has globally is what sets us apart from everybody else. Yeah.
Nice. And your favorite mistake? And please do not use your wife's name in vain.
My favorite mistake. I think my favorite mistake would be joining this industry. I've worked in many different industries. I've worked in footwear and apparel. I've worked in fast-moving consumer goods. I've even worked for a TV network. But my favorite mistake was taking a chance on this. I only consider it a mistake because I thought Pernod Ricard was a different type of a company when I clicked yes on the inquiry on whether I was interested or not. Then to find out it was in the wines and spirits industry, it was a blessing in disguise.
Thank you so much for chatting with us this morning. And I've learned a lot, but I'm sure we're going to see you back here on the show.
I hope so.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
And that is it for today's show. I'm Ferdi Salvador. Catch the Bilyonaryo News channel on Free TV Channel 31 and on cable via Cignal Channel 24. Thank you for watching the Bilyonaryo News channel. Always on top.